Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, I'll tell y'all a story here about the first exorcism that I ever saw, which was also the last exorcism I ever saw. Overall, I'd give it a good, I'd give it like a 9 out of 10. It was pretty cool. If I get invited to another one, I'll probably go. So listen, there's this movie, and this isn't no movie shit. I'm just gonna, there's a movie called The Last Exorcism. All right, it's filmed in Violet. I'm from Violet. The church that they use is the church I went to catechism at and made my communion and all that, because St. Bernard's a small place. Mostly everybody's Catholic, and I'm not Catholic anymore or whatever. But I was raised Catholic. I'll put it to you like that. So anyway, that's where I'm at. That's the church they use in the movie, Our Lady of Lourdes. It's right here. Then they got St. Bernard Highway. It's a 2-lane highway. Then they got some railroad tracks. And then they got maybe 150 feet of land that's used, and they got some little concession stand, they got some lights, and it's like a little softball park. And then there's the levee. And then you go over the levee, and there's Violet Berthing. And there's 5 docks, on the river, Mississippi River. So I used to work for a company, and the company's been around since like 1868. So anyway. I was an outside boiler maker. So, we did ship repair, mess with boilers, well fit, whatever. So, the company I worked for owned Violet Berthing. The same guy who owned it, Joe Ruppel, owned both of it, okay? So, whenever they had some repair work to do there, we'd do it. And they always had ships berthed there. They had, ships that seemed like they never leave from there. Like, I was working at Avondale Shipyard, and we was just finished building this boat. I'm telling you, not the ship. It's not a boat, it's a ship. The Bob Hope. 2 years later, the ship was sitting in Violet, just rusting. I did repair work on it from it rusting, from it just sitting there. But anyway, they had this Russian ship. It's an OBO. That means it's half tanker, half bulk carrier. So they had a damaged boiler, so their boiler got boinked up. So anyway, they had a damaged boiler we had to work on, so they were berthed there. Okay, these guys would drink all day long. They would drink night train, and they would drink it like Powerade during the day while they were working, and it was a tense situation because they were from countries of the former Soviet Union that didn't get along. And like the crew, the regular dudes, they were from one place, and the captain and the chief and all them, they were, all the officers were from someplace else. And they were at war back like in their country, in their countries, respective countries or whatever, in the former Soviet Union. So whenever they would pass each other, they was already like looking at each other. They didn't know if they was gonna break out and fight or whatever. So they haven't been paid in months. So they had one of them could speak English, Sasha. He went and spoke to the Seamen's Union, and they did a mutiny. If you're not getting paid, you can seize the ship, and that's what they did. So it just so happened the Russian mob owned the ship, and they would send Sasha death threats. Like as soon as you get in the airport, we're killing you. Well, the captain brought his old lady with him, and she was a beautiful Russian lady, and she'd sunbathe naked up on the bridge and shit. We made a mistake one day giving her a ride, because the dudes would want rides to the store, to go get night train. They'd be like, choo choo. So like, yeah, jump in the back, Make sure we had enough people, you can't, ain't no room up here. In the back, because they stunk, because they don't take baths. They just go sweat in the engine room and like rub eucalyptus leaves on themselves. That's it. And we gave the chick the mistake. We made the mistake of letting the Russian captain's old lady, the sexy one with the hair on her arms, hair on her legs. But anyway, she was pretty. Made the mistake of letting the hug get in the truck with us one time. Dude, we had to roll the windows down. I'm talking about bad, bro. Really stunk bad. But anyway, they would drink this night train all day, but at night, that's when they would drink to get drunk, and they would drink vodka. And we'd leave like our water cooler, and they would use it like an ice chest, and it'd be just empty bottles of vodka floating in all of them. So they drank so much that the captain drank himself to death, dude. He gave himself alcohol poisoning, So then the chief mate took over. So the chief mate is walking to the store to go get some night train in the evening. A St. Bernard cop named Brad Mason ran over the dude and killed him. So they ain't been getting paid. Their boiler is all burnt up. They're getting death threats. All right, 2 people done died, and then if you add in our superintendent JW, once he found out that the Russian mob was involved, he started telling us to slow up, take our time, milk the job, and whenever they would say something, he'd be like, "I'm gonna tell the Russian mob you burnt this boiler up on purpose so y'all can seize the ship," and they'd shut up and just not say. You know, but anyway, you know, yeah, you gotta teach them Russians how capitalism works, you know. So anyway, that's a free market, asshole. So anyway, so these Russians are all Catholic. They're Russian Orthodox. So to them, they're real superstitious, and things happened in threes. So it wasn't like they had to contact the Vatican like people, oh, you know, you hear people say, oh yeah, they got to go through a lot of stuff through the Pope, they got to get him to do it. No, man, listen. The next day, they had to go start work at 8 in the morning. We had to wait, okay? About 30 minutes after that, you know, like 8:30, the Pope came down, walked across the street from the church. Not the Pope, a priest dressed up kind of like the Pope though, with 2 priests. One of them was carrying I can't remember if it was a cross or if it was a candle. And the other one just had a Bible. All right, but the one who was dressed up with the hat and everything, he had the chain with the incense, and he had the wand with the holy water. And listen, this was an exorcism, all right? They weren't joking about it. It wasn't like, oh, we're just doing this to calm these dudes down because they asked us to. No, these dudes took this serious, you know? And so they come through there speaking in Latin. Listen, they made the sign of the cross. We went from the bow to the stern, from the engine room to the wheelhouse. Made the sign of the cross. And the whole way, you know, talking in Latin with the other one saying stuff, and him with the holy water and incense. And it wasn't no joke, wasn't nobody laughing or nothing. The only person that was laughing kind of was me. That's why I had my head down, you know, I was kind of laughing a little bit, you know, but, you know. You know, but like I said, it was pretty cool, you know, I mean, I'd probably go again to another one, you know. No big deal. But yeah, if somebody tells you, oh, they don't do that, they gotta go through all kinds of shit. Listen, I seen them do it. You know, you can say, oh, it's just a ship or whatever, but listen, if they came over there that quick for a ship, just think how quick they come for somebody, like, you know, if something happened or something, you know. So, yeah, that really happened though, dude. They exorcised that ship. Same church that they got in that movie, Last Exorcism's the name of the movie. Same church, Our Lady of the Lord's Church. Yeah, I seen that shit. Anyway, till next time, peace out.